Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare, sometimes self-care, and today we're talking Laneige Cream Skin Refiner Reformulated. I know, this is the reformulation heard around the world. Laneige has decided to discontinue their original cream skin refiner formula, and they have now put out a new version, an improved version, according to them, which is the Cerapeptide toner and moisturizer. So I am a longtime fan of the original formula. It has been a core staple product in my routines for many, many, many years. So I don't take to this reformulation kindly, let's put it that way. I have been trying out the new formula for a couple of weeks now. I'm ready to share with you all of my thoughts and opinions and let you know if I think this is a worthy replacement of the original cream skin refiner. I got some thoughts. If you're so ready to hear them, give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. So what's changed here? Let's look at the original formulation first. It is really well known for being incredibly minimal and straight to the point when it comes to the formula here. It's free of essential oils, fragrance, and drying forms of alcohol with a heavy focus on green tea. That's where all of those healthy skin benefits are coming from. And it also has a heavy focus on antioxidant capabilities, and that's really coming from the green tea. And then we have ingredients like meadow foam seed oil, which bring an emolliency into the formula, a nice moisturization effect. Cream skin is definitely a moisturizing toner, and so a lot of that emolliency was coming from the meadow foam seed oil. Now, when we look at the new ingredients list, nothing has changed. Nothing has been taken away, let me put it that way, but a lot has been added, and the list has become quite a bit longer. It's still maintaining its fragrance-free, essential oil-free, and alcohol-free status, but we've got some additional ingredients in here. So squalane has been added to kind of bump up the moisturization. Then we have tremella extract, which is an extract of mushroom that actually has a high content of polysaccharides, which is really great for hydrating the skin and binding that hydration, helping your skin hold onto hydration. Then we also have mannitol, which is a sugar molecule, again, that helps with the hydration and binding that hydration into the skin. Hyaluronic acid, we know this, again, another humectant, binds hydration. Oh, starting to understand where the reformulation, where it's going, right? Then we have camellia extract, which is Tsubaki extract, and it brings a little bit more emolliency into the formula. We have ceramide NP, and this is really the big claim here, the big change that Laneige is calling the improved version, that Cerapeptide is the combination of ceramide NP and a peptide. And so ceramide NP, we know that's really great for healthy skin. It's great for fortifying your skin barrier. And when you fortify the skin barrier, your skin holds on to more hydration. And then we do have one peptide in here, and that is acetyl tetrapeptide 11. Now this peptide interacts with a signaling protein in the skin to help improve the look of the skin. And basically what this results in is skin that is a little bit more firm, that helps to improve the texture and just the overall health and look of the skin. So the biggest changes definitely seem to have occurred in the ingredients list. However, those changes in the ingredients have actually changed the texture ever so slightly of this product. So if you remember original cream skin refiner, it has that deceptive texture because it looks a lot different than it feels on the skin. What it looks like is it looks like a really watery skim milk. It's very fluidy, very runny. It doesn't have a lot of body to it. It doesn't have that heft to it. But once you work it into your skin, original cream skin has this like burst of moisture. It fills every pore in the skin with comforting, soothing, rich moisture. What was so surprising to me about the product was how watery it was compared to how rich and how nourishing and how moisturizing it felt on the skin. So let's talk about the new Cerapeptide version because it maintains that same look. It looks like watered down skim milk, basically. Very runny without a body to it at all. There's no heft here. But once you get this into your skin, there is a remarkable difference here. It actually feels more on the hydrating side, which is really, backed up by the additional ingredients that are found in the new version with all those sugar binding molecules and polysaccharide content, the hyaluronic acid. I feel much more of a hydration sensation, that watery sensation, than I do that rich, almost like oily emolliency from the original. Really, the biggest difference I noticed between the two is the new Cerapeptide version is not rich. It doesn't have that slip to it. It doesn't have that fill your skin with moisture feeling to it. It's more hydrating with a lighter amount of moisture. Now, the original version could sometimes get a little shiny, just a tiny bit on the skin. The newer version, I think, does not have that effect on the skin. It doesn't have as much of a sheen to it as the original did. The weight of the product on the skin has changed as well. I think original Cream Skin felt more medium on my skin, where the new Cerapeptide version feels a little lighter on the skin. Now, I did do a side-by-side comparison. It's one of my favorite ways to test out products, especially when it comes to reformulations. Because I think, the changes could be quite subtle, but once you do them side by side, you start to notice what has really changed here. And so I did one side of my face with the new version, and then I did one side of my face with the original version. And what I noticed was definitely the original version side was more moisturized, and it actually felt a little bit more firm and plump. And I think maybe that's just due to the way it fills my skin with moisture. This is dependent on my skin type. I'm combination. I can lean towards the dry side. I'm a little bit more combination now that it's summertime when I'm filming this, but that moisture always seems to benefit my skin, and so I definitely felt a little bit more plump, a little bit more even like my hydration was staying in my skin a little bit better. It felt a bit more protected on the original side. Whereas the new side felt really hydrated. It felt very comfortable. The moisture element was there. It was just not as much. And I didn't necessarily feel that it was holding and hugging in hydration the way the original did. And so while the differences were, I'm splitting hairs here, right? I'm being very, very picky. The differences are maybe a little bit smaller for some people, but it was really remarkable to me. This side felt a lot more comfortable, and this side still felt comfortable, but maybe just a little less hydrated, maybe a little less plump. So let me tell you about my experience testing out this product, because I am so torn here. I have to admit, if I was just reviewing this product, not as a reformulation, just as like a brand new product, I was like reviewing it blind essentially, I think I would be giving it a favorable review. I think that it does function as a nice, lightly moisturizing toner. It definitely has a good amount of hydration, which I really do appreciate. I like that burst of hydration on the skin, and I like that final layer of moisture that it provides to the skin too, that little finish of moisture. It feels really nice. And my skin really, actually, it's been quite hot here. I mean, it's been hot everywhere, right? It's been a really, really hot summer. And my skin doesn't always love like really heavy moisturizing toner type products in the summer, but this felt really comfortable on my skin in the heat. So, like I said, if I was reviewing this not as part of a cream skin lineage, right, I would give it a favorable review. You might see it in favorites videos. You'd see it in a lot of routines. I think it's a really solid product. But I'm torn because when I consider it as a replacement for original Cream Skin Refiner, I am not happy about it as a replacement. Because I just don't think that it captures the magic of original Cream Skin Refiner. As I told you about the texture differences here, that lack of richness, really, I could feel that on my skin in that side-by-side comparison. The original side just felt more comforted. It felt more hydrated. It felt more plump. It just felt more nourished. And that's really what I value about original Cream Skin Refiner. And I think that's what really shot it into popularity, because it was so different when it was released at the time. That moisturizing toner trend had not taken off. The reason that started is because of the original product. But I'm not claiming that the original was perfect either. You can go back to my review in 2019 where I first reviewed the original Cream Skin Refiner formula, and I said I love it, but it's not appropriate in all situations. It's not going to work for every single skin type because it is so rich on the skin. Really oily skin types are probably going to feel that this is greasy on their skin. Now, some oily skin types like to use this layered up as a moisturizer, as a final layer, and skip that occlusive moisturizer altogether. but generally because it is so rich, it might make your skin feel like a thickness on top of your skin because it is quite rich. And I really do think that this original formula was really targeted more for drier skin types. There was some flexibility because of the format of the product, but generally it does bring so much moisture into the skin. And so, yeah, it's not the perfect product, but because I feel like Laneige has reformulated it in a way to appeal to many different skin types, to kind of take away maybe that potential greasiness that can occur on different skin types, to appeal to a broader audience, they have actually taken away what made cream skin really special and unique and different in my mind in the first place. And so while I appreciate that the newer formula is something that I can use in the summertime, like right now I've been using it and I haven't felt that greasy feeling, which, like I said, sometimes original cream skin could feel like that in this type of situation, in this weather, when my skin type is where it's at right now. But in the wintertime, now I don't have the original cream skin with that richness and that nourishment that I absolutely need. The Cerapeptide version, I can tell you right now, is really not going to stand up to my needs in the winter time. And I have to say, in their quest to make their product more universal, I think that they've made their product more generic in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because there are so many moisturizing toners on the market right now. When this product launched, it was the first of its kind. I think that's why it became so popular, because it was incredibly unique, very different, offering something nothing else was. And then in the years since then, we've seen so many moisturizing toners roll out from all different kinds of brands across the globe, really. And so I've tried so many of them. Nothing has quite matched what cream skin could do. Some have come really close. Nothing in my mind has really come close to original cream skin refiner. The new Cerapeptide version, though, I can think of like 3 different dupes off the top of my head because it just feels done already. And I think that's just because, it's not that new kid on the block anymore. And so reformulating it, I think maybe wasn't the smartest choice necessarily. I think what I would have preferred is if they had kept original cream skin, maybe called it cream skin rich, and then created this version, which they could have called like cream skin light. And ultimately, I was excited about the ingredients here, the ceramide NP and peptides. Those are 2 of like my favorite ingredients, right, in skincare. I talk about them a lot, but I don't necessarily feel that they've done much for me. Look, I'll take it where I can get it. I say that a lot about ceramides and I say that a lot about peptides. I'll take them where I can get them. I'm just not so sure that like adding these ingredients in has been a major upgrade to the overall formula. I've never really used Cream Skin Refiner as a way to get, my ceramides in, although I do find it to be a very barrier enhancing or barrier protective type of product just because of the way that it hydrates and moisturizes my skin. I don't necessarily need ceramides in order to do that. It's nice to have them, but I don't think they're making a huge difference in this formula, quite honestly. And then the peptide that they have included is intriguing. It is a little bit more novel. There's not as much research around this particular peptide. And in my testing of it, I didn't, they're really claiming that it helps with texture and firmness. I didn't really see any of those benefits. Peptides can be a long-term game, and so it could take a really long time for you to notice that type of benefit on your skin. But I just don't know that the changes were worth it. The trade-offs, right? What we added and what got taken away from the formula with these additions. I'm not so sure. Like I said, I'm super duper torn about this, but when it comes to, is this a worthy replacement? I'm not so sure. So the pros of the Laneige Cream Skin Cerapeptide Toner and Moisturizer. I love that they are selling refills for this bottle. I think that is a really smart move. I bought my bottle at Sephora and right next to it was the refill for this. So I really like that they're moving in that direction. This is something that I've been wanting from a lot of skincare brands, so I'm glad that they're doing that. Now, if you remember, Cream Skin would come in like the toner bottle, and it also came in a misting format. The formulation was the same, but the delivery was different. Instead of offering 2 different cream skin products, what they're doing is they're actually selling a mist, like a pump mist that you can put onto this bottle. So instead of buying a whole separate product, you just get the one part, so then you can create that misting experience if you wanted to use this as a mist. I'm complaining about the lack of richness in the new formula, but I do have to say I do see this being more appealing to more skin types, and so I'm going to put that in the pros column. The new formula is going to work for more skin types because they're eliminating that potential greasiness on the skin. Now, the cons. I have to say this packaging is quite clunky. I'm not really a fan of this. While they have created a package that they want you to reuse over and over and it is refillable, thumbs up there. I just find that they're using a lot of excessive plastic with this really clunky cap. I really hate the cap. It's so thick. I feel so clumsy using it. I just don't think it's necessary. And this can leak as well. Now, I have to be completely honest with you. Original Cream Skin leaked. If it was on its side for too long, it would come out of the bottle and then it would leak through the seal of the cap. And this one's no different. If you give it enough time on its side, it will start to leak as well. They haven't really fixed that with either one of the packaging, so I'm going to put that in the cons column. Because they took away that extra moisture and richness, that's a con to me, because those of us who have a lot of dryness on our skin that really felt that Cream Skin was a dry skin savior, you're gonna be missing that with this new formulation. And I have to say, I feel like this reformulation is really trying to capitalize on trendy ingredients. As I mentioned, ceramide MP peptides, I love them. I'll take them where I can get them. I'm not against these ingredients. I pack my routines with them. But all that being said, through my testing of this product, I just don't really feel like they've added much to the product necessarily. And I do feel like they have a lot of name recognition. I mean, ceramides are very popular in skincare right now. And so are peptides. I mean, they've always captured the imagination of skincare enthusiasts. And they do have really hefty, promising claims about helping to firm the skin and help improve texture. Who doesn't want that, right? So I think it's really intriguing. It pulls people in on name recognition. These are trendy ingredients, but they're capitalizing on trends at the expense of that magic, right, of the original formula. And so for me personally, I'm going to actually put that in the cons column because I don't feel that they've added much to the formula. So TLDR, too long, didn't read / watch. Here's my final word on the Laneige Cream Skin Refiner reformulation. The new Cerapeptide toner and moisturizer as a standalone product, I think is good. It hydrates the skin, it moisturizes it in a nice light layer that doesn't feel greasy. And yeah, it definitely has some interesting ingredients added into the new formula. But it is lacking that richness and that nourishment and that comfort that the original Cream Skin Refiner formula brought to dry skin. It just does not hold up to the amount of moisture that the original brought. And so I think if you're looking at it as a standalone product, you're going to enjoy it. But if you're looking at it as a worthy replacement to the original Cream Skin formula, I think you're going to be disappointed because it absolutely is lacking that rich, nourishing magic that the original had. And so my final word on this product, as I said, it's a solid one. I'm torn about it, but I am going to rate it an 8 out of 10. Ooh, another holy grail product that's been reformulated. I feel like this has been happening a lot lately. I'm curious to know how you feel about the changes to Laneige Cream Skin Refiner. Have you tried the new Cerapeptide formula? How are you feeling? Let me know in the comments below. Now, if you love this video, if it helped you out, please, I'd be so honored if you would hit subscribe. Come join our community. We love gentle skincare. We love K-beauty. I post a lot of new videos throughout the week. I do long form and I do shorts as well. So turn on notifications so you're never out of the loop. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I love you so much. I really hope you're healthy, happy, and safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Talk to you soon. Bye.